Welcome back to Prison Yard TV. First, I want to get these sponsors out of the way. Eddie Garnica, if you guys need an attorney, Eddie Garnica from Sacramento specializes in criminal and immigration. You could turn the mic down. Okay. His phone number is 916-617-0507. He's at 5001 Franklin Boulevard. Shout out to attorney Eddie Garnica. He's an attorney for our both our YouTube channels, me and Tony's. Today, I have one of the producers for Tony's channel on today. His name is Josue, and he also has a YouTube channel. I'm going to let him introduce himself. I've been wanting to get him on my channel. He has a fairly new channel, and we're trying to promote his channel. Go ahead, Josue, introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about your background, and about your channel.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Josue. I have a YouTube channel called What Men Talk About. I first created that channel because I've seen a lot of men are, like, especially the young kids, are being very weak. I don't know if guys my age that have gone through a lot of stuff probably can tell already that everybody, like masculinity is not is how it used to be. So I wanted to do something for everybody. I teach kids, younger than me or even older people have learned things from me. So make sure you guys check it out. It's What Men Talk About. The logo is it's a little microphone with a bow tie. You'll see it if you search it on YouTube.
Oh, it does have a bow tie. I just recognize that.
It has a little bow tie in it.
So we've been working together for a couple months now, Josue, and I have had the luxury of looking at your channel, and me and your channels are totally different. But I thought that we could combine our channels because we both have the same goals in mind, helping these kids, man. You're trying to help them with life skills.
Correct.
I'm trying to help them stay out of prison. Right.
And then, it could be a similar thing because I feel like when a man is not strong-minded, that's when we tend to do things that are wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, when a man is not strong-minded and the girlfriend leaves him, right? Not a very strong-minded man, it just walks away and goes on with his life. But a very weak man does things that he shouldn't be doing. That's where domestic violence comes in. That's when, because we as men, we are violent. We tend to do that stuff, right? But when you're strong-minded, it takes more energy. It takes more strength to prevent yourself from doing harm than just doing it. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever heard Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I know.
He talks about a dangerous man is the one that can cause harm, but it doesn't do it. He's strong enough that he keeps himself from doing really dangerous stuff. That is a real danger man.
So let me ask you this. So we're talking about strong-minded and weak-minded men. I think me and your perspectives are a little bit different to me. So I've been married 3 times, 2 to the same woman. And back when I was in my, say, early 20s, even late 20s, early 30s, I thought that after being married at 29 years old, I think that's the first time I got married, was 28 or 29 years old. And after I got out of that marriage, I thought, oh, I got to get married again. I got to be with someone. Mm-hmm. But now in my 50s, it's like,
F that.
It's like, I don't believe a man needs a woman.
No.
And wait. I want to touch on something because I got some questions for you.
Yeah.
Because I know a little bit about your dating and your marriage and a little bit about your background. So it's your age. I don't know if you want to state your age or not. It seems like you're doing the identical thing I did when I was your age. I got out of a marriage, jumped right back into marriage. I got a divorce, jumped back into another marriage, and then divorced the woman that I was married to and then remarried her 3 years later. Mm-hmm. And to me, I'm watching you, and we haven't discussed nothing before this interview. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. So I see you doing kind of the same thing. You're jumping out of a marriage, jumping back into a marriage with someone else, having another kid. And I did the same thing. I had 3 kids out of wedlock while I was married. And now it's like I'm thankful that I had those kids.
Right.
But my second wife didn't really acknowledge my other 3 kids. So I was kind of like not taken from them, but I wasn't involved in their lives as much as I should be because I was in love with this woman and I had a son by her, and I gave most of my attention to that son by her because I was with her at the time.
Yeah.
Do you feel yourself in the same kind of situation now?
Sort of. I mean, honestly, the only reason why I'm married now is because women just don't leave me alone. When it's funny that when women are attracted to men that are emotionally unavailable. So after my second divorce, I was emotionally unavailable, but that's when I got the most women after me. And you guys, have you guys ever noticed that when you have no girlfriend, nobody wants to talk to you, nobody cares about you, nobody talks to you,
as soon as you get married, they're come running.
As soon as you get a girlfriend, you get married, and suddenly this one, I always feel something for you, and this one, I didn't know you were gonna get married, like out of nowhere.
Okay, so strong-minded and weak-minded, you started this conversation.
Yeah.
So you said the only reason why you're married is because a lot of women came flocking to you. Don't you think a strong-minded man could say no to them women and not be married and just date them? What provoked you into jumping into another marriage and then having another baby after you just got out of one that was terrible?
So I think that what happened was luck. I was lucky because I by that second marriage, that once that second marriage was over and I was divorced, separated, I knew what kind of women I wanted, right? So I did not listen to every single girl that I was after me. I dated and I messed around with a lot of women after my second divorce, probably the more I ever done in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I did mess around a lot, and I did get tried. I did get to try a lot of women. The only reason why I decided to marry this one, it was because it was exactly what I was looking for. Even though I was not emotionally ready for it, and I told her, and I was honest about it, and I kept telling her, and then. But there were some. Obviously, she was very attracted to me, and then she was very nice. She was everything that I wanted. So it comes down to more listening to my head than my heart. I can tell you that I listened more to my head, and I didn't go for the biggest tits. I didn't go for the biggest ass. I didn't go for she's beautiful. She's very attractive, but I wasn't going for that this time. I was actually going for someone genuine, someone that could put up with shit like hard shit, because that's when you can test a woman when you're going through shit. You really can test how faithful that woman is when you are at your worst.
And
I can tell you that woman met me on my worst, because I was on divorce. I was broke. I was really broke. I'm still broke, but we're going through it. And she's pushing, and she's very supportive and everything. So she's given herself, she's proven herself that she is that type of woman that I always wanted. So that kind of pushed me forward to do even more, because I want to give her the life that I want to give her. I want to give her a great life. So that just pushes me forward. So that was the only reason why I got married the second time. And it wasn't when I was looking for anything. I was actually working on myself. So I feel like that was the only reason why, and that is the difference, because I really did not pay attention to the first one that came to me. I had to go through a few ones.
So how old are you now, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
32.
You're
I'm about 32. To be 33.
Okay.
And I was divorced the second time I got divorced.
So do you think you're still learning who you are, or you think you really know who you are and what you want out of life?
I can tell you that I think I know who I am now, because that it was a thing that back in the day I didn't know who I was. Now I know who I am, and now I know that who I am. So what? Like, I am who I am, and I don't care what anybody says. It's completely
that's the key.
Different now.
That's the key to success. So, okay, do you think that your exes had anything to do with you learning who you are?
They have nothing to do with it. I honestly learned the most I've learned in my life was after the divorces. I didn't learn shit with them. I think that I was just wasting my time being in those relationships where I wasn't even happy. I wasn't
of a
even
pretty
happy.
face.
That's pretty much it. Sex. I was, when you get married as a man, you think, I'm gonna have sex more often. I'm gonna, I don't have to go chase it. It's just gonna be there. Yeah, right.
I think you have less sex when you're married.
That's exactly where I was gonna go.
Well, at first you might have more, but I think that I have.
It dies out.
Yeah. I think you have less sex, and it gets old after you're married for, I'd say, 2 years. You men tend to, and one of my sons, I have 2 sons and 2 daughters. One of my sons keeps reminding me, he's like, Dad, I'm such and such age. Do you expect me to be with one woman the rest of my life? Because I'm pushing for him to get married. Because he's like, what was you doing when you was my age? Well, I was married to your mom for one thing, but I stepped out many of times outside of that marriage. Yeah. And if I had to do it again, I probably wouldn't do it as much. But I'm thinking if I was 24, 25 years old, I wouldn't get married I didn't get married. I didn't get married that soon. I got married at 29. 29 was the first time I got married. But at 25, it was like I knew I wasn't ready for a relationship. You know what I mean? I wanted kids, but I wasn't ready to be married. Even when I got married, I wasn't ready to be married.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like I don't think a man needs to be married if he thinks he's going to have sex more than he would when he was single, because that's just not the case. I mean, I'm sure there are some marriages out there that happens, but to me, I think the man and the woman not fall out of lust with each other, but they kind of fall out of being on the same page as one another. Their lives go separate, even though you're living in the same house. And I went through that 3 times with 2 different wives.
So, in my opinion, men should get married after 30, because here's the thing: the value. We're not things. We're human beings, but we still have a sexual value, a market. There's a market. So women, they are the most valuable between 18 and 25. That's where they're more fertile. That's when they're prettiest. That's where they have the best bodies, because that's what the value is. Men, it is what it is. Men don't look at how the person, how much money she makes. We don't give a damn how much money women make. Like we will go and marry the girl that works at McDonald's if she has a big ass or big tits. Like that's how men are. So be it. They're trying to feminists are trying to say, oh, you should look at more than the outside. No, it is what it is. That's how we're wired. That's how we're built. And man, it's like telling a woman, well, you should date a brokey. No, I will not tell that to my daughter. You gotta date somebody that is older than you, more mature than you, and can take care of you, right? That's what I would tell to my daughter. So men, they don't earn their value until after 30. That's when they're really getting into making money, investing, and getting their shit together. Because all of their 20s is basically failing, try again.
So
failing.
Do you think men mature later than women?
Not necessarily, but I think actually they do. But it's about the value. Like, for example, if I'm 30 years old and I can go to a party and I can meet a bunch of 23-year-old girls and guys and everything. If you compare a guy that is my age with a guy that is 23-year-old, a 30-year-old is gonna have a car, probably is gonna have a house. It could have a house. He could have a good job. Already is very mature and already is looking to settle down. Whether a 23-year-old just wants to fuck and wants to party and wants to do everything. So women tend to like the guys that already have their shit together. They already have money. They're already mature. So automatically I have the upper hand because I have everything that a woman wants. And I know how to talk to women. 23-year-olds not necessarily are going to be better than a 30-year-old talking to a woman. You see what I'm saying? And women doesn't necessarily care about the age. Yourself can prove it. And your brother can prove it. So that's what I'm saying. So we tend to have more of the upper hand as a 30-year-old. So that's why I tell everybody, all my nephews, my cousins, you guys, just work on yourself on your 20s. Try to make as much money as you can on your 20s. Don't be dating any girls on your 20s. So that when you're 30, you already have a house, you already have a car. All you got to do is, I like that one. That one is pretty. She has good morals. All right. Hey, you want to go out? You want to date? I'll pay for a meal and all that. It's not that big of a deal. A 23-year-old can't do that. Has to ask mom for the car so that he can take her out. It's just better that way.
Okay, I agree somewhat, but circumstances nowadays, I know a 24-year-old right now doing better than me. I know a 26-year-old doing better than all of us right now.
That is a very low percentage.
So a lot of these kids now know what they want and go after it. However, some of them make a mistake by getting someone pregnant, and it kind of hinders their relationship. Let me ask you this, because I heard this from my brother a while back, and I hope I get this right, but I heard him say that men age like fine wine and women age like milk. And it stuck with me when I heard him say that. I heard him say men age like fine wine and women age like stale milk. What do you think about that statement? Because that statement right there has stuck with me.
I agree. I mean, I have a daughter, and the one thing I would tell her is, at 18, okay, you gotta, I'm not telling you to get married the first guy, but you gotta start looking, and you gotta start looking for a 30-year-old, because once you go above 25, the likelihood of you finding a good man and the one you want that is millionaire, whatever, it's gonna be less and less. Because let's be the guys that every woman wants, that earns 3 figures, that is good looking, they're gonna be already taken, and they're competing with other women.
I think someone just pulled up. Someone just got here. I did want to touch bases on our channels, man. This was a spare of the moment interview. We do have another show coming on in very shortly. But I wanted to ask you this. So your channel is geared towards kids or young adults?
Young adults, I would say young adults. I mean, honestly, it's a very new channel, so I'm still learning and see what kind of people are watching. And I believe that most of my viewers are between 25 and 35.
Hey, so I learned how to go on YouTube Studios now and see the age group that's most likely watching my channel, and it surprised me.
Really?
Okay, so you see my channel.
Yes.
What do you think the age group, because 87% of my viewers are men, 13% are women.
Yeah.
And I thought United States was my main followers, but they're not.
No way.
No. Mexico, China, Russia, Canada, it's all split up evenly.
Wow.
But the age group amazed me, because I try to gear my channel towards 18 to 30 years old. Mm-hmm. My main audience is 27 years old to 61 years old. That is my main audience. Tone, you want to come on the channel? You want to come on a Prison Yard TV channel? Anyways, but I wanted to ask you, have you looked at your analytics to see what your age group?
Yeah, I believe it's 25 to 35.
25 to 35 years
old. Then my second most views are coming from 40 to 50, which also surprised me.
And that's a good thing, because you're reaching an audience that's beyond what you was focused to steer
that's
towards.
Right. I'm like, how? Because I always respect somebody that's older than me, because usually it's more wiser, they have a lot more stuff that I don't know, right?
But it builds your ego when you got someone older than you watching your channel, right?
I'm like, oh man, I'm doing good. It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I looked at Tony's channel also, 12 Rounds of Adrenaline, and his core audience is a lot younger than my core audience. And I'm like, because we geared our channels totally different. Mm-hmm. I have a few more followers than Tony has, but his channel is his core audience is 20 years old to 35. And it was amazing. It was like, wait a minute, we're going after the sports fans, we're going after kids, and when my channel reaches 60-year-olds, I'm like, I'm not even going after them. They're already been where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want 18 to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening. And you can't, even the content you speak on your channel has nothing to do with your core audience. And I found that out because what I speak on my channel is geared towards someone in their late teens, early 20s. And that ain't the case as far as my viewers are concerned.
Yeah.
So how are you going to go about growing your channel, say 18 to 25-year-olds?
I think the reason why is because the views are different. I feel like 18-year-old, like younger men aren't looking for investing in themselves, and that's the main problem that I see in today's society, that a lot of men are not investing in themselves. They have to continue investing in themselves. They're all I don't. It might be video games. I'm not into video games anymore. It might be other things. Maybe music. Because the industry, the TV industry is just that one targeted like young people. What you see on the singers, rappers, and stuff like that. That is young adults, young people. So I think we need, if we were to switch that around, we would have to talk about the same things that they're looking at. You see what I'm saying?
What they're seeing on YouTube,
what they're seeing on
Instagram,
TikTok. I feel like, and also YouTube. I don't know who the most viewers are, but it could also mean that
30 to 45-year-olds,
right?
60%.
That's not a lot of young people. Most of them are in TikTok, so that could be also the difference, that we would have to go on TikTok or
to
Twitch,
reach a
because there's a lot
crowd.
on Twitch too. Young adults are on
So
Twitch.
you told me about Twitch, and I downloaded it, and it seems like it's all advertisement to me.
I haven't. I really haven't.
Are you on Twitch?
I created an account a long time ago, but I really haven't used it.
It seems like it's more of a platform to sell things to me.
It could be. There's a lot of girls showing their dress in there,
just like TikTok. But I wanted to touch on something. So we have been talking about merch for my channel. I had merch for my channel, some shirts. They wasn't that good quality, but I just found somebody locally that I grew up with, and he just reached out yesterday, and he wants to make me shirts for my channel. And I told him, hold up, I don't need shirts for my channel. I need shirts for 12 rounds of adrenaline. Me and you was talking about getting a printer press to make our own shirts. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have shirts by next Friday, and I want to advertise this. I'm going to have Eddie Garnica's number on them. I'm going to have Tony the Tiger Lopez plumbing on them, and we're going to have 12 rounds of adrenaline shirts by next weekend. There is a function at William Land Park next weekend. Arturo Amaya is having his car club is having a cook-off. It's Battle of the Barbecues. He wants me to go set up a booth with Tony, but it's my brother's birthday, so I don't know if we're going to make that, but we will have merch, 12 rounds of adrenaline. We'll have shirts. If you guys want to purchase shirts, they'll be $25.99. We'll have white, black, red, and blue. Every size from small to XXL. And if you guys want to do a pre-order, go on to 12 rounds of adrenaline and order your shirts now. We'll have them to you. If you live locally, we could have them to you by next Sunday or Monday. He's going to be starting to make the shirts Monday morning, which is tomorrow. And we'll have 100 shirts. So there is a limit to these shirts. So if you guys want a shirt, I need your sizes and color you want before I print them. It's kind of like print on demand. Whatever color you need, whatever size you need, I need to know. And you could email me at protreecutter@gmail.com, or you could get on 12 rounds of adrenaline, leave a comment, leave your phone number and address and your size and your number. I know we're cutting this short, but our other channel just got here. So we are going to continue this conversation,
for sure,
Josue, but I want you to give my audience, we'll put your link down.
Okay.
To your show, What Men Talk About. He does have a good show. It's fairly new. I want you guys to tap into What Men Talk About. But right now, in an hour, I need you to tap into 12 rounds of adrenaline. We only have 31% of our viewers on our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, 12 rounds of adrenaline, and only 31% of the people on Facebook are tuning in on YouTube. We need you all to come over to YouTube. Tony needs subscribers right now. We're trying to get him monetized. So come on over. I got 3,500 subscribers on my channel. So out of 3,500, I need 1,000 of you guys to like this video, and I need you guys to come over to 12 Rounds of Adrenaline. We'll be live at 3:30. Let me back up, 4 o'clock, because we don't know if the other guest is going to be here. So is there anything you want to tell my audience right now? There's 3,000 people that you could talk to right now.
Go subscribe, guys. What Men Talk About. Go watch all the shorts and the podcast. They're pretty good. Watch the one with Mike. That's the most popular one right now. It's long, but watch it.
I want to thank you guys. I want you guys to hit that like button. I don't know how many viewers right now. I can't see my phone, but I want you guys to hit that like button. I want you to hit that subscribe button. He's over there. That's on Instagram though. That's not on YouTube. That phone's on Instagram. So anyways, I want to ask you guys one more. I want to tell you guys one more thing. Tomorrow, I'm back on YouTube right now, but tomorrow I got a special show I'm doing, and it's about consensual sex or rape in prison. I'm talking about inmates with guards, inmates with nurses, inmates with free staff. We got a friend, and it just was brought up to my attention. I was there when this happened. This is a special show, and I want you guys as kids to tap in, and I want you guys to watch this show. It's going to be tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Prison Yard TV, and it's a special show I'm doing, and I have a special guest coming on. So tap in. If you haven't already hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share this video. Again, if you guys need an attorney in Northern California, Eddie Garnica is your man. He's on Franklin Boulevard, 5001 Franklin Boulevard. His phone number is 916-617-0507. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Tap out.